Hello everyone, this is a message for fire signs, so that's Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. I hope this resonates and thank you for all your likes, shares and subscribes. So we've got a crystal message here and the crystal is peridot. Peridot, I don't know if you can see it, peridot. I get a lot of shadows on this, there we go, peridot. Life lessons. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. So this is about learning from our past karmic lessons, the challenges that we've been through here. So it's life lessons. Let's have a look and see. We'll take a couple of these cards here. Oh, that one definitely wanted to come. Bat. Archangel Dorenka. See through the illusion. See through the illusion. So this is about being honest with yourself and others round about you, and you know what I mean? Be honest with yourself. So if somebody is coming over, I've just done a reading actually for water signs that was about red flags. So it's kind of uncanny that this should come up here for fire signs. So it's about seeing through the illusion of something. Swan, demonstrate grace and majesty. Archangel Behokpe. And this came out as well for the water sign reading. So this is about having grace and majesty. This is about going forward. It's about life lessons. So gather the challenges, reflect on the lessons you've learned from previous challenges and come to making decisions here. So I think it's slightly different in that sense. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, the Hanged Man, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Now there's something here you need to weigh up. There's something you've been in for a wee while. And we're talking about life lessons here. And this is why you've been in this situation. Spirit and the universe has held you in this limbo. And they're holding you in a situation here till you learn the karmic lessons that life needs to teach you. And that's exactly what this card is saying here. Life lessons. So, you know, we're going to have to make changes here. There's like a light bulb moment that comes on. And it's like inspiration. And you're like, I need to change this. I'm starting to see things. Truly. I'm starting to go down the same path as I was before, and I don't want to make the same mistakes again. And this is fives of change. So what we need to be doing is we need to be coming out of this. Now, this can feel as if we're having to make compromises. Now, it might be that compromising and being flexible is something that you found very difficult in the past. A lot of us do. Because a lot of us feel as humans that if we're compromising or being flexible, we're giving in. Right? Now, this is not about giving in. What this is about is you showing your ability showing the universe rather, that you have the ability to do this now, because we need to change something. Now, it can feel like we've won the battle and not the war, but there's something that really needs to be weighed up here. And what Spirit's saying is, this is a time to show yourself and everyone else that you've learned the lessons from what you did prior to this. So we need to weigh things up, whether this be with money, relationships, home life, work. This is anything that's tangible in your life, anything that affects your life on an everyday level. We're going to have to find compromise with, we're going to have to find flexibility with. And that might be something that's been hard for you in the past, a real big challenge. It might even be a challenge now, of course. But what we're saying here is you need to do this because there's something here. There's been an epiphany light bulb moment where you think, I need to look at this again. I need to weigh this up and decide how I want to go forward. So let's see. We'll take 3 more cards for this. The King of Cups, the King of Swords, Kings, the Sun card. Now we've got Kings here, which is mature energies. So again, we're reflecting back. You might have been in something similar before and you stumbled through it. You know what I mean? But you've learned, you know better now because you've experienced something similar before. Now, this really is about being happy, making emotional decisions, stable emotional decisions when you're bringing in these changes and weighing things up here. This is the King of Wands. The King of Wands. It's the King of Swords, sorry. Now, the King of Swords is a very intellectual energy. So we're talking about being, a lesson could be here that when we're making compromises or we're trying to move forward on something, we need to be emotionally stable and making intelligent decisions rather than rushing in, doing it through anger, doing it through regret, all these types of things. So this here could be you making clear, decisive, disciplined decisions from an emotionally stable place and how we're going to go forward. And if you deal with the situation this way, there's going to be a lot of happiness is going to come out of it. Now, this could also be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, somebody kind that's showing you kindness. So maybe in the past it's been hard for you to ask for help. Maybe in the past, you didn't appreciate other people's opinions here. This is about seeing the goodness in people that are around you when they're wanting to support you. This could also be advice that's needing to be given from a professional person, like a doctor. If this is health, you might want to deal with this differently if it's to do with your health. It might be your finances. You need a financial plan. It could be legal advice. Or this could be just talking to someone that's been through something similar to yourself, or you reflecting on what you've been in the past and how you're going to resolve this, because you're wiser now. You've been through something similar before. I think this is a test. I feel as if this is a test of some sort by the universe. Sometimes the universe and spirit test us to see if we've learned our lessons, and we can find ourselves repeating cycles, whether it be mental cycles, mental thought patterns, whether it be, attracting the same type of person in a relationship and it's never worked before, so we might need to think outside the box. This is all what this is all about. It's about that light bulb moment. If I'm this is an example. If I'm attracted to somebody that's blonde with blue eyes and it doesn't work, maybe I need to look at somebody who's dark and, dark with dark eyes. I'm only giving you an example. It's learning from the past, doing it different. I think we need to do this different. Magician. About your manifestations, just what I was saying there. The 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. Now, this is past lessons. This is worry. Now, what we're saying is there's no need to worry. Worry is not going to solve this. The little owl's in the window. The owl's saying we need wisdom here, just what we were talking about earlier. You've got the wisdom here. You don't need to worry about. Nothing's ever resolved by that. So we need to give it to the universe. We need to come out of this energy. And what we need to be doing is we need to be letting go past disappointments and see them as lessons. There's no point in crying over spilt milk. If you're somebody that, I'm just going to give you an example here. If you're somebody who believes that everybody you meet you're going to fall in love with, for example, and you take breakups really badly because you've never met the love of your life, we're not meant to. Because if you fell in love with the person all the time, you'd never knew what true love is. So there's an example of what I'm talking about for some people. Now, this is about your manifestations, what you want to achieve. You've got the ability to achieve whatever you desire, but you need to focus on the present. Let the past go, disappointments go. It's okay to reflect on them. We don't want to be dwelling on them. Again, 5's another change. And we need to go forward now, and we need to trust and believe that we can manifest what our heart desire is. We're co-creators with Spirit. So put out to the universe. Spirit will help you. Don't sit and worry about this. Past experiences are life lessons, and that's what we need to see them as. And if you can see them that way, when the challenge comes up again, a repeated cycle, what did you learn the last time? How am I going to deal with this time? And that's very much what this reading is all about. Celebration. Celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out and dance and play, and an invitation could be on the way. They're telling me to take another one. I'll take another one. You're needing to celebrate your life. Celebrate your achievements. Celebrate your life lessons. Temptation. Oh my goodness. Right. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. right? So don't be tempted into dealing with things the same way, or don't be drawn to the same type of people or the same type of situations. You're better than that. Absolutely. Hope this helps. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.